Good evening. Welcome to Flat Earth School, the school that is all around us 24/7 since the beginning of existence. I'm Mitchell from Australia, and I'm quite late to this first session of the week of Flat Earth School. Apologies everyone, thank you for sticking around. I was planning to go to a nice little bay just around the corner, but alas there was no reception. So just gonna have to put up with this view of the sunrise. I know. I know. Poor us. Have to put up with this spectacular view. Hope everyone is happy and healthy today. Just gonna go down a little bit closer to the water. Set up here. It is going to be a great show. Alright, we've got some super chats to begin with. Thank you guys. I'm just going to have to scroll up and see them. Already I have from John Fur, 20 Canadian dollars. Thanks for being you. Oh, thanks John Fur. You're the best, mate. Alright. How is everyone? Thank you John Fur for being here. Service D says, hello classmates, what's up? Johnny Charlton says, the flat life is best life. Definitely. Flat life is the best life. Who else we got? Sleeping Warrior says, why do blurfs expect every single avenue of physics to be debunked of their model maybe? But if we forget to tick a box, we are debunked to them. Gravity, not being a force, kills their model. Absolutely, Sleeping Warrior. Couldn't agree more. They major on the minors, these globe believers, don't they? I wasn't personally facing a different direction. I cited a photo that I thought was Polaris, and they think that debunks every single bit of flat earth proof that I've ever put out. I totally get you, Sleeping Warrior. It is, they're hypocrites, aren't they? I constantly, every single day, put out pieces of evidence proving the flat earth. And the best that the globe believers can do is pull me up on a photo that I say is facing a direction, and they say, no, it's facing the other direction. That's the best the globe believers can do. It is very telling, isn't it? When they cannot dispute the arguments that we put forward. It is very telling. Bree, good morning. Hope you are all well. Very nice, Bree. Let's see what you did there. Sleeping Warrior says, unless we can float off into space, they won't accept that gravity isn't a force. Ridiculous. Yep, gravity's definitely not a force. They have absolutely no problem describing the horizon as a flat curve. The contradictions of a globe, hey? A flat curve, I know. It is beyond a joke. Alvin Wilson says, Mitchell from Australia, good morning. Good morning, Alvin. Great to be here on another week of Flat Earth School. Seed Planting says, what's an easy way to debunk buoyancy? Balloons. Is that what you're saying? Are you answering the question? Well, buoyancy invokes gravity. So we don't need buoyancy. It's not a thing. It's just relative density disequilibrium. It is all due to the way things move in the medium that they are in. That's all it is. Do not need buoyancy. Do not need a downward vector. No, there's no downward vector. Where does gas go? All these puddles around me here. This puddle here, do you think this puddle here is going to stay here forever and ever? No, it's going to evaporate. And where does the gas go when it evaporates? Correct. Up. Definitely not a downward vector. Definitely not a bias of down. I'm going to face this way. This is a bit of a nicer. I might go over there a little bit. We'll see. I just put my camera on the tripod. Sorry guys, still setting up here. Was trying to get a nice spot around the corner, but yeah, you're just gonna have to deal with this backup spot here. Just as nice. Does not matter. We are still on this beautiful flat earth school around us. And I've dropped a plastic bag in the water, so I'm going to go and get it. There we go. Definitely don't want to be littering our beautiful flat earth school here. Alright, so what have we got in store for everyone today? Now I have titled this show, You're Gonna Need Half of That. Because I don't know how much more I can stress it. Every single globe proof starts with begging the question that they're already on a globe. And if you think you're already on a globe, there is one critical thing that you must have. You're gonna need half of that. In every single instance that you think that you are living on a globe, you must have a radius for that globe. I think we can all agree that is just a fundamental premise of a globe. It has to have a radius. You're gonna need half of that. That's what the R value is for. That's what we're referring to when we say you're gonna need half of that. Let's go through a few things today. Just trying to set up still. That you're gonna need R for. Which is everything if you think you live on a globe. But let's go into it a bit a bit more in depth. Whoop, there's a heap of mosquitoes around here. I'm going to get eaten alive today. Far out. Good fun. I'm not just talking about the trolls. Yeah, there's a heap of mosquitoes that I'm swatting the trolls at the moment. They are coming out of the woodwork everywhere. These trolls. Flat smack biblical. 4-0 in my corner of South Australia. How are you, mate? Daly Jackerson. Good to see you here. James Mason. Sleeping Warrior says debunking buoyancy is easy. It needs gravity. Yep, that's what exactly. Great minds, Sleeping Warrior. The same works with weight too. Yeah, W equals mg. That g is the acceleration due to gravity. That's a zero value. Yeah, if you got a zero value in an equation, it's always going to be zero. There is no gravity. It is not a force, as we've been through before. Brian Cox, there is no force of gravity at all. George Musa, literally it is not a force. There is no force of gravity, therefore there is no buoyancy. If you think that buoyancy is a force moving something, gravity, no. There is no force of gravity. There is no buoyancy. It is all relative density disequilibrium. If you don't understand what relative density disequilibrium is, it is all due to the relative, that means comparing something to another thing, density, which is just how tightly molecules are compacted in an atom. So a rock is more dense than the air around it, and that's what is being compared to here. It is relative. So the rock's relative density compared to the air's relative density, and the rock is not going to. Where's the rock going to go? It's not going to go up, obviously. It's going to go towards the equilibrium point, and that's where the disequilibrium comes from. You pick a rock up. That's in a state of disequilibrium. It is just a fact that things that are more dense than the medium go towards the other things that are more dense in that medium. Things that are less dense in that medium go towards the other things that are less dense in that medium. That is not down, that is not up, it is all relative. They are not absolute directions. As we've been through before, the only absolute direction in this world is magnetic north. There is no other absolute directions. We were going through states of matter at homeschool yesterday with our children. And we were just going through the states of matter. Apparently there's 5 now. There's something to do with an Einsteinian state of matter, which is absolutely more farcical than anything we've come across in homeschooling. But the main 3 states of matter are obviously solids, liquids, and gases. And some would say the 4th state would be plasma, which they give the example of stars are made of plasma. So you can just rule stars out being made of plasma. What is it? Ionized gas that has so much energy in the gas that it turns into a different state. And where do stars reside? Oh, in a vacuum with an infinite space around it for the gas to be expanding into. Yeah, stars are definitely not made of plasma. Ionized gas that would fill the available space of the infinite vacuum. They literally say it to you. Space. I'll get back down to the bottom of the chat here. Alright, so Sleeping Warrior, you're on fire today. If Newton's apple fell from a tree, but that tree was under the water, yeah, the apple would fall up. Absolutely, Sleeping Warrior. So would the apple be falling? Can we say when the apple doesn't go down, if the tree was growing underwater and the apple dislodged from the tree, the apple was going up? Is that falling? Do all things fall down? It is all relative density disequilibrium, relative to the medium that it is in. Obviously, an apple is more dense than the air around it. And if it's in a state of disequilibrium, it will seek to find equilibrium. And in that example, it will go towards the earth. Yeah? It will go towards the place where all those other things that are more dense than the medium are traveling to. But like Sleeping Warrior just said, if the tree is growing underwater, a different medium of water, if the tree is growing in the medium of water and dislodges from the tree, it will be in a state of disequilibrium. Will it go down? No, it will go up. It is less dense. The apple in that example is less dense than the medium of water. It is all relative. Everything seeks equilibrium. Hot naturally goes to cold. High pressure naturally goes to low pressure. They are just facts of our beautiful flat earth school. Ben Dodd says, I'd say Earth is directionally 3 wires in a plug. Directionally. 3 wires in a plug. 2 of them are insulated. 1, the earth cable, is bare, attached directly to the ground. When the insulation of either cable breaks, it goes to earth. Yeah, it seeks the path of least resistance. It seeks equilibrium. But it's interesting that electricity doesn't just go down to earth. In most instances it does. But who's seen videos of lightning that come up from the earth and go into the air? Fascinating. So there is definitely no downward bias. There's no downward acceleration. There is only relative density disequilibrium. That's all we can observe. And if you go to Sleeping Warrior, he has scientifically proven that relative density disequilibrium is the explanation for why things go up and down, why things move. Yeah, the observed natural phenomenon, something moving in a medium. Okay? The cause of that thing moving is the density of the medium. So he manipulates the density of said medium. So he's got an egg in a glass of water. It's fresh water. So obviously the egg should be sitting on the bottom of that glass. If it's not rotten, you have to use a good egg for this. And then he pours some salt into the water. He manipulates the medium. And what does the egg do? He's caused that effect of something moving in the medium by changing the density of the water, by manipulating the density of the water. That is scientific proof of relative density disequilibrium. The cause to things moving in the medium is the density of the medium relative to the density of the object moving. That's scientific proof. Now, there is no scientific proof of a downward vector, a downward bias. No, things go up. Like I said, that puddle right in front of me here, when the sun comes up, which it is about to over there, it's going to be a glorious sunrise. When the sun appears here, it is the greatest entropy generator known on this Earth. It injects so much energy into our Earth. It excites all the molecules in everything here on Earth. And it's going to inject energy, heat, into that water in front of me. And where's the water going to go? Is the water just going to stay there? No, it's starting from a relative position of down there on the floor, on the ground, on the Earth. And where's the gas going to go? When there's a phase change, when it turns to gas, is it going to be accelerating down? No, it's starting from down, so it's going to be accelerating up and everywhere, every direction. There is no gas law that can describe gas accelerating in a direction. It goes in all directions randomly, freely. Gas is unbonded. Hope you guys are seeing these crepuscular rays over by the sunrise over here. Another glorious flat earth proof, a globe debunker that the sun's rays are definitely not coming in parallel. That was something that Eratosthenes had to assume, that the sun rays were coming in parallel to the Earth. Let's get into the actual topic at hand. I'll shout out a few people here. So I did say someone say Psych Bear, sup people. Daryl Davis, hey peeps. Two Wolves up from Chicago. Bunny Ears says Cavendish proves you wrong and Sleeping Warrior is a doofus. Oh, Cavendish. So is Cavendish an experiment? That's what it's called. Experiment. That's a claim of science, is it not? So let's see who's the doofus. Let's put the Cavendish experiment through the scientific method. What is the observed natural phenomenon? You have to observe something naturally happening. What is that in the Cavendish experiment? Oh, it's an observed phenomenon in the apparatus. Don't you see anything in this natural world that would make you think, oh, what's the cause of that? In the Cavendish experiment? No, it fails at the first freaking hurdle. Yeah, you're an absolute doofus, aren't ya? Bunny ears. What an idiot. The Cavendish experiment does not even have an observed natural phenomenon. The very first step in the scientific method, the very first thing that you need to have an insight, a scientific inquiry, yeah? What a doofus Bunny Ears is. Witzer Gets It says something that I'm not going to repeat because I'm not going to be talking about that. Thanks, mate. I really appreciate it. Thanks for telling me Witzer Gets It. Sleeping Warrior says no. Crepuscular rays converging proves perspective. Yeah, 10th man. Yeah, 10th man just said exactly what I said. Doofus is a naturally observed phenomenon exhibited by ballers. I don't know. I'll say it's man-made, but we can agree to disagree. Oh, here we go. Bunny he says, yes, Cavendish is an experiment with an independent variable, a hypothesis, and 65-page paper describing it, and it's repeatable. Oh, yeah. What's the DV? The dependent variable, Bunny is. Ah, man. It's quite sad when these people that believe in the globe, they think that their globe can be proven by these experiments that do not even pass the first criteria of having a naturally observed phenomenon. Lizzie Baker, hey, how you going, Lizzie Baker? Good to see you. Hope you're still doing those observations. You'll get that black swan eventually. Neil deGrasse Tyson says Eratosthenes should have used 3 wells, as 2 does not prove anything. Flat or ball? Yes, exactly, Liz Baker. Thank you for clarifying that. 10th man says synthetic. Yeah, definitely not natural. A doofus is definitely not natural, is it? I'll say it's synthetic. Okay. Adam Meakin, how are you, mate? Air Service Day says, Bunny, you should try having a 90-degree angle on a sphere. Free Mind says, oh, Bunny. Francis FE, how are you, mate? Yeah, Snowbird says IV, please. So we haven't even got the DV. It's all right. We'll leave Bunny alone. All right, let's get into the actual topic at hand here. You're gonna need R for that, aren't you? Aren't you, globe believers? Yeah. So if you think you have globe proof, you are definitely going to need R for that. Apologies as I clear my throat here. And I'm going to go through a claim of the R value from our good friend. I say that with a laugh because he's not very good and he's definitely not a friend. Where's Wally? Let me show you who we're dealing with again today. I just have to.
Yeah.
All right. This is who we're dealing with. This bloke here.
G'day everybody. Where's Wally here?
Yep, that adult that dresses up as a children's cartoon character. Ah, man, these people just love my attention. I think Wally's made about 10 videos just about my videos. Thanks for the publicity, Wally. Love it, mate. So Wally is claiming that he has calculated that he has proof of the R value of the radius of the Earth. Yeah, Flat Smacking Biblical says, Mitchell must be getting popular. The trolls are biting. They are biting hard. They cannot leave me alone. They love everything that I'm putting out. They cannot stop watching. Wally, he's one of them. Mr. Sensible, he's one of them. Blue Marble Science is one of them. Wolfie6020, he's one of them. They all love my stuff. Thank you for turning up to Flat Earth School. It is around us 24/7 since the beginning of existence. All right, so this is something that Wally's going to be using to prove the radius of his spherical Earth. So let me just go through it for you. So he's got a telescope at Dubbo looking at a satellite, okay? And then 282 kilometers between Dubbo and Sydney, he's got another telescope looking at the same satellite. Now, I'll just put it in there. This line here, just recognize that this line is absolutely flat, straight, level, definitely not curved. Okay? We'll come back to that in a second. Wally, take us through your very, very awkward situation to be in if you're a glober. All right, never has a glober ever given us the radius to their Earth.
Well, it seems, Mitch, you're still too scared to tackle the R proof. Yeah, I said proof. I proved it in my second debunk of your lazy attempts to debunk me. You see, you keep saying that I will need R for that. So, logically, I had to go and show you R. So I did. Now, you might want to go...
Hang on, Wally. What is going on here? Remember that straight line that Wally had, 281 kilometres from Dubbo to Sydney, that straight line. Why is it now on a globe, Wally? Why is it now curved? Why did you have to first assume that you were on a flat plane, Wally, in this image? Oh, Wally. Trying to find the R value. First, knowing that you are on a flat surface in between Dubbo and Sydney. And then, for some reason, Wally has to go and ruin it by putting that line on a curved surface. So, Wally, you're about to say that you're not assuming or presupposing that you live on a globe? But you totally are. You're putting this diagram in Muppet Vision, you bloody Muppet, to begin with, on your globe. You're trying to prove R, that thing there that's a question mark. You're already presupposing that you're on this spherical Earth and you already have the R value, that you already know that you're on a globe, Wally. How embarrassing is that when globers have to use the very thing that they're trying to prove the thing that they're trying to prove. What? That is a begging the question fallacy. Take note, globers. Every single one of your globe proofs starts with begging the question. You assume your outcome in the first instance. You already assume that you are living on a globe with a radius. That is what Wally's doing right here. Okay, let's continue. I'll back it up a little bit. What is Wally's claim of R? Let's go through it.
So logically, I had to go and show you R. So I did. Now, you might want to go and look and try and understand it. I used Uber sextants, super accurate telescopes, and you won't believe how good these measurements were. I have not measured angles from the flat surface either, Mitchell. I have measured them from the stars.
You haven't measured them from the flat surface. That diagram that we just showed, Wally, of a flat surface between Dubbo and Sydney, 281 kilometres that you had absolutely flat, and now you're putting on a curved surface on a globe, part of a globe? What a joke.
Because both of these telescopes were polar aligned.
The sky will not lead you astray.
So if I have R, and I can literally show you I measured it without assuming R.
What did you just say, Wally? This is the hide of these globe believers.
And I can literally show you I measured it without assuming R.
He can literally show us that he measured it without assuming R. Why have you put it right here? Why has R got a question mark? You're trying to find R, and you've already put it on a globe with a radius? What an absolute joke, Wally. Let's keep going. Go through the end of this.
Right. So if I have R, and I can literally show you I measured it without assuming R, then your whole debunkery of me falls apart totally.
Yes, Wally. If you could somehow achieve a calculation of an R value without first assuming that you're on a globe with an R value, possibly you might have an argument. An argument, Wally. Yeah? What are you going to need? What is the one thing you're going to need if you're going to show us a picture of a globe?
But you're going to need half of that.
Thanks, Wally.
Is that, Wally? You're going to need half of that.
Wally. You absolute bloody Wally. Your name suits your personality. A Wally is someone referred to as an absolute idiot. Okay, so that's not us. That's not the only thing that Wally has put out this week. He desperately wants my attention. And he wants to make it personal now. He wants to bring my family into it. So, Wally, you're going to be absolutely embarrassed, mate. He's put out a challenge for me. Let's see what the challenge is.
Now, look, because I'm a top bloke, unlike that crook, Mr. Sensible.
Wally, what on earth do you think you're doing?
Yeah, well, we got that much straight. Mr. Sensible is an absolute crook, and you're claiming to be a good bloke, Wally. So if you're putting out a challenge with a monetary value that you're saying if I complete, you are going to give me or whoever you're challenging, which you'll find out in a moment, whoever you're challenging, you are going to give them money for completing. So you're a top bloke, unlike that crook Mr. Sensible. Are you, Wally? All right, let's continue.
Stop it.
I'm going to offer you 100 Aussie dollars. And yes, it's a challenge, so it's not going to cost you a cent. It will only cost me $100 if you can do the following 3 things. Firstly, I want you to unblock Where's Wally from your channel. Look, I won't be rude or a spammer. You're not afraid to do that, are you, Mitchell?
Absolutely not, Wally. You've been blocked because you were leaving comments that were derogatory, that were not nice, so you will be blocked. But I'll show you that I have unblocked you here, Wally. For good faith, unblocked user. Just refresh. Are you blocked anymore, Wally? Nope. See? Unblocked, Wally. First criteria met of your challenge.
Stop it.
Just have to get back to the part. So we have freed Wally. Yeah? Freed Wally.
Are you, Mitchell? Are you? Now, just do this as a sign of good faith, and now we can get serious. For $50, make a video and show me where due south is on this photo. Now, I hope your inner Boy Scout is up to that one. If you don't know, ask your kids. I'm sure they've been taught this at school. Oh, wait, homeschooled? Oh, anyway.
Yeah, let's make it personal, why don't we, Wally? Let's bring my kids into it and have a go at their homeschooling education. You're going to be embarrassed, mate. So what is the challenge here? The first bit of the challenge.
Make a video and show me where due south is on this photo. Now, I hope your inner Boy Scout is up to that one. If you don't know, ask your kids.
So Wally has said, make a video, show me where due south is in that photo. Okay? And then he says, ask my kids. So what have I gone and done? Obviously, I've gone and asked my kids. Let's let them school Wally on where south is in that photo. And obviously, he's offered them $50 for doing it. You've brought my kids into it, Wally. You said you're an upstanding, you're a decent bloke, not like that crook, Mr. Sensible. So if my children complete your task, you owe them $50 each, Wally. Let's go through it.
Go over here.
Yeah.
This is my 8-year-old son. I've asked him this question.
Do you know how to find south using the Southern Cross?
Yeah.
How do you do it?
Length straight and length longest. Times 1, 2, 3, 4.5 to the horizon.
That's south.
Yep.
Good work. You just earned $50. What are you going to spend it on?
Star Wars Lego.
Star Wars Lego.
Uh-huh.
Cool.
That's my 8-year-old son there, Wally, showing you, made a video, where south is on that diagram. You said ask my children, $50 for making a video, ask my children where south is. You now owe my 8-year-old son $50. Thank you, Wally. How about my 11-year-old son? He's got a different way of working it out, Wally, because that's how good our homeschool education is.
Hey, Jay, come over here.
Yeah.
Do you know how to find south using the Southern Cross?
Yeah, it's easy. Draw a line through the long part of the cross, then find the pointer stars. Draw a right angle in the middle of them. Draw a line straight, and where they meet is celestial south. Draw a line down to the horizon, and that is due south.
Good work. You just earned $50.
Yay! Now can we see the first is?
What are you going to spend it on?
Pokemon cards.
Pokemon cards. Do you just want to see who's giving you $50?
Yeah. Yep.
Ready? Hey everybody, where's Wally here?
Yeah, we're all laughing at you, Wally. A grown man dressed up as a child's cartoon character. You now owe my 8-year-old son $50. You now owe my 11-year-old son $50. Thanks, Wally. You are a top bloke. Yeah, unlike that crook, Mr. Sensible. Now let's get back to the last part of the challenge, shall we? And see what else Wally has asked, requested of me.
Okay, bonus round. For another $50, Mitchell, show me where is south in this photo. Point it out correctly, I'll give you another $50. And the link to this picture is also in the description as always. How?
Okay, Wally has given us another challenge. Bonus round, another $50 to point out south. Let's go through it. This is my 6-year-old daughter. God bless her soul. Going after Wally's $50 here. Let's see if she can achieve it. Hey Gypsy, come over here.
Yeah?
Do you know how to find south using the Southern Cross?
Yeah, it's easy.
How do you do it?
Just use one link and another link and another link and another link and then half. And that's the Southern Cross.
That's south?
South.
That's south?
South.
Good work, you just earned $50. What are you going to spend it on?
Roller skates.
Roller skates. Awesome. Thanks, Wally. You are a top bloke. Offering my children $50 each for doing your little challenges. You definitely are a top bloke. Now, no need for PayPal, pal. I have another way that you can send me and my family their $50 each, $150. You owe me now, Wally. Well, not me, my 3 children. Are you going to deny 3 children $50 each for completing your challenges, Wally? Is that below you, or are you going to pay up? Are you going to be a top bloke, unlike that crook, Mr. Sensible? Yeah, my children have just completed your challenge with their homeschool education. They definitely didn't learn that at school, mate. So, Wally, go to any one of my videos, click on my Patreon link, and you can become a patron of my channel. That's how you can donate your $150 to my 3 children. And Wally, by doing that, every day, when I think of it, I will shout you out. I will say, Wally is a patron to my channel. He is a top bloke, unlike that crook Mr. Sensible who lied and said he was going to give me £100 for completing his challenge. Wally, it's on you now, mate. You have 24 hours. Become a patron, $150. Obviously, you're going to have to leave your pledge there until it gets taken out, which is the 2nd of next month. That's when the Patreon charges come out. So $150, Patron. The link is in the description of every single one of my videos that you love to watch, Wally. Because you do love to watch my videos. Okay? It is on you now, Wally. You're a top bloke. Thanks, mate. Really appreciate it. You're not going to let my kids down, are you? All right, so Wally thinks he has proved R. So what else do we need R for? People in the chat. Psych Bear says, great kids, man. Good call on the roller skates. Yeah, stay away from the rollerblades. Yeah. My 6-year-old daughter, yeah, she really wants rollerblades, roller skates, sorry. We actually got her a pair, but it didn't specify whether it was child sizes or adult sizes. It was just a size 7, and you go, yeah, she's a size 7. Looked at the description. It's kind of in the kids section, so it must be children's roller skates. Bought them, and they're an adult size 7. She was devastated. So Wally, please don't let her down. She needs $50 to get her roller skates. Do not let my children down, Wally. You're a top bloke. Thanks, mate. Servius D says, if he had internet banking, he would donate to me. Money for food. Thanks, mate. Really appreciate it. Appreciate everyone in the chat at the moment. Will Brax, another one of my patrons. Hey, Will. How are you, mate? And I'm just going to shout out my patrons, because you guys are awesome. Wally, tomorrow when you're my patron, I'm going to be shouting you out too, because you are a top bloke, aren't you? All right, I've got 21 patrons at the moment. Tomorrow I'm going to have 22. Where's Wally is going to be my newest patron of $150 a month. It can just last a month, Wally. That's fine. I'll shout you out. At the end of that video, you said you're just going to claim it back on the Wolfpack Petty Cash. That's fine, mate. How about you put, if you keep your Patreon $150 a month, to me and my family, we will do a challenge once a month to keep that Patreon. How about that, Wally? Are you a top bloke? Are you going to give me and my children more challenges to do? We would happily oblige, mate. Let's see if Wally pays up. All right, so my 21 patrons at the moment. Makai Bahapu. Now, he's a Glober just like you, Wally. So Globers can be supporting Flat Earthers. And I really appreciate your support, Makai Bahapu. Emmanuel Carducci. Ryan Williams. David Weiss. Victor Garcia. Dale Bourne. John Furr, who also super chatted me that 20 Canadian dollars. Thank you so much, John Furr. Dusty Ryder, Gobbleclee T, Tristan Trickers, Will Brax, Ronald Jurek, BMLSB69, John Swartz, Brian Leakey, Alec One Show, Malcolm Foster, Angie S, Dawn Judds, Paul on the Plane, and who will be my newest patron to Metro Australia, from Australia? Where's Wally? Thanks, Wally. Really appreciate the support, mate. Yeah, Flat Smacking Biblical says, for the metric system. Gravity gave us length. Don't think gravity gave us anything. But yeah, we'll go back into you're gonna need R for that. That was the main topic for this show. So what are you going to need R for, globe believers? We, Flat Earthers, do not need the R value for anything. We do not have a presupposition that we live on a globe. If you live on a globe, you're going to have an R value, a radius to your globe. So, obviously, every single globe proof needs the R value, but what globe proofs specifically need the R value? Well, look at that horizon. What are we looking at there, Globers? Coriolis Effect Flat says, lovely hello from Oz. How are you, mate? Flatzoid, just a quick hey. Need R value for that? Yep, definitely need R value for that, Flatzoid. You know very well that they need the R value for that. Thanks for dropping by. So the horizon. What is the horizon? Well, it's defined as where this sky apparently meets the sea. The apparent point where the sky meets the sea. You don't need to say that the horizon is apparent. That is in the definition. That would just be a redundant term. But if you live on a globe, if you think you live on a globe, that horizon has to be a physical leading edge. Earth curve. The first thing that you're going to need R for. Earth curve. You know, the edge of your sphere that blocks the bottom of ships, that things disappear over in the distance. And do you still have an R value? No. Simple answer is no. Wally tried to calculate the R value with an already presupposed R value on his globe. He thought he already had an R value. He already thought he was living on a globe. You cannot presuppose the thing that you're trying to prove. That is begging the question. That's why we say every single globe proof starts with begging the question, starts with the presupposition that you already have an R value, starts with the assumption that you're already living on a globe. Can you globers prove that you're living on a globe without first assuming that you're living on a globe? There has been no evidence put forward that does not first assume that you're living on a globe. So if you're saying that horizon out there is Earth curve, physical Earth curve, at the edge for things to disappear over on your globe, for boats to disappear bottom up, blocking things physically.
Good morning.
Morning, how are you? You need R for that. You're going to need a radius value for your Earth curvature. Now, if you're someone like Mr. Sensible, after seeing the Black Swan that has thoroughly debunked the R value, the radius of the globe, do we now have a radius of the globe, Mr. Sensible, after seeing... I was going to screen share, but it's a bit windy, so I have to hold the tripod here. It's going all over the place. I'm trying to block the wind here. I was going to put that infamous quote from Mr. Sensible. Everyone knows it. At best, all you've done is disprove the radius of the Earth. Yes, Mr. Sensible, all we've done is disprove the radius of your presupposed spherical Earth. You no longer have an R value after seeing the black swan. Now, obviously, if you live on a globe and you think you have the horizon at a physical, that it is a physical Earth curve. That's what we're talking about here. Earth curve. You think you have Earth curve, globers. Now, a globe, something like a solid object of a globe, has geometry, has set limitations to how far you can see over the edge of a globe, or to the edge of a globe. That is set at 1.22 times the square root of the observer's height in feet. And we have the black swan, which absolutely debunks the notion that you guys have a radius value of 3959 miles. So we put it through the modus tollens. Yes, Mark, at best, all you've done is disprove the radius of the Earth. We need a shirt of that, yeah. Servius D says, whispers, black swan. Have you got Earth curve? Black swan. You're gonna need half of that. Right, Wally? I was gonna bring up the screen share of Wally saying, you're gonna need half of that, but, oh, I got it. No. What was that, Wally? You're gonna need half of that.
But you're gonna need half of that.
Thanks,
Yeah, Wally.
Thanks, Wally. Wally, gonna be my newest patron tomorrow. $150. $50 for each of my 3 children who have completed that challenge. If you try and wiggle out of it, Wally, I've just made the video anyway. I've confirmed those 2 things that you have said anyway. So at the very least, you owe me $100, Wally. But just be a top bloke like you said you were. Pay up the $150 to $50 each to my children that you now owe them. But you're going to need half that, aren't you, Wally? Okay, what else? What else? Obviously, you don't have an Earth curve anymore, globe believers. Yeah? Your Earth curve must be at 1.22 times the square root of the observer's height in feet. And obviously the black swan. I'm going to take it off the tripod here. It's starting to rain. Oh, I've got another super chat. I'm sorry I missed the super chat. I'm going to go back up and find that super chat. Apologies whoever gave me that super chat. Scrolling, or is it down? Oh no, it's down here. I'll be your Huckleberry says, Wall-E man is only good as his word. That's all we have in life. Pay up. Yep. You're only as good as your word, Wally. Exactly. Thank you. I'll be your Huckleberry. Really appreciate the support of $10. See, Huckleberry gives you money to just make sure, Wally, that you're staying honest. That you're going to pay what he's owed. Thank you, Huckleberry. Thank you. I'll be your Huckleberry. Sorry, mate. Now I am moving back over to cover because it is raining. I would like to keep my electronics in good working order. So I'm going to be just going back to my car. You guys, it's not going to affect the quality of needing the R value to prove that you live on a spherical Earth. No. Just bear with me, guys. Hard to do with one hand with a tripod and an iPad without it all getting wet. Appreciate the support, guys. Thank you. I'll be your Huckleberry. Really appreciate the support, mate. Can't get in that side because all my crap's over that side. Right, mate.
Keep the time lapse, did you?
Oh, just make it a live stream.
Oh, you like it?
Yeah, a bit of a sunrise. Just talking about the world around us. Oh, there we go. Alright, guys. Okay, what's going on in the chat? Look at the horizon, totally flat. Besides some mountains in the background, yep. It is totally flat, except for the terrain, obviously. Where are my keys? There they are, there we go. Put the windscreen wipers on, eh? So we can look out this beautiful flat earth school around us. Must almost be time to... Yeah, we've got another 8 minutes. Thank you for sticking around, guys. Really appreciate it. Appreciate the support. Where's the curve on the y-axis, says Flatzoid FE? That's a good point. Flatzoid FE. Where is that curve? You're going to need R for that, Globers. And the radio is just about to turn on because that's what it does when I put things. There we go. All right. What curve? Says Servius D. It's it. Yep. Adam Meakin says some compliments at Flatzoid FE. The whole show was dedicated to your viewpoint. And I'm pretty sure if what they're talking about. Adam Meakin, was that Flat Earth Debate or was that another show? Because there was another show. I will shout them out. Globebusters dedicated pretty much their whole show to you, Flatzoid. Yep. Everyone tune into yesterday's Globebusters. Flatzoid was the main feature on it. You did an awesome video, Flatzoid. Really enjoyed it. Some little nuggets of truth there from those people talking about it. It was a great show. Great commentary, great video, Flatzoid. Really enjoyed it. Mitchell, curve without R is cub. Cuve? Man. Okay, what else? What else do we need the R value for? Because that's what this show was meant to be about. You're going to need R for that. Gravity. Gravity, Globe Believers. If you think you have something called gravity, I might just pop my headphones in because I think the rain is getting a little bit loud. Gravity. Well, obviously, what is gravity? The first question. Globe Believers, can you define gravity? Is it mass attracting mass? The Newtonian version of gravity that is now 106 years out of date? Is it mass attracting mass? Just plug my headphones in. Guys, can you just confirm that you are hearing the terrible sounds of my microphone being moved around? Flatzoid says maybe entropic gravity. Yeah, that's a third one. It could be maybe entropic gravity that we're talking about. Thanks, Adam. Gravity. If it is mass attracting mass, what is that little formula for finding gravity? Does it include mass 1 and mass 2 over a distance? Do you need the center of that mass 1 and the center of that mass 2? Is that a radius you need for those two? Yeah, you're going to need R for that, Globe Believers. If you think you have mass attracting mass, Newtonian gravity. What about Einsteinian gravity? The concept. Well, we don't even need to go into that because that's not even a thing. What is gravity? I don't know. Yeah, thanks, Mark. Neil deGrasse Tyson. There was an episode, I think maybe it was with Joe Rogan, and Neil deGrasse Tyson says to Joe Rogan, ask me what gravity is. And Joe Rogan obviously obliges and says, what is gravity? And Neil deGrasse Tyson shoots back, I don't know. What is gravity? I don't know. I can't tell you. So you're absolutely going to need R for Newtonian gravity at the very least. But what is gravity, Globe Believers? How about a molten iron core? These are just the housekeeping questions in the Flat Earth Debate. Head over to Flat Earth Debate. Nathan Oakley, 1980. He runs a daily debate channel. And shout out to today's debate. It was number 1507. 1507. Everybody needs to see that show. It's a bit long, but it is epic. It is worth every single second. There was another claim for David Weiss's 3 Bitcoin. An unsuspecting Globe believer thought, wow, I can get 3 Bitcoin. All I have to do is just prove one proof of the spherical Earth, one proof of the globe. And did he do it? You're going to have to find out. Oh, it was an epic show. Shout out to Nathan Oakley and the crew. Adam Meakin, you're always there. 10th Man. Arwen, Chocolate Saiyan. Apologies if I've left anyone out. Sleeping Warrior, regularly on there. Fatzoid, you're always on there. Brian's Logic, you guys are awesome. Thank you for giving us that daily entertainment, the daily Globe Debunk, the daily Flat Earth proofs that you guys put out. Yep, Flat Smack Biblical says he'll be watching that. And Flatsoid says boom. Bitcoin is booming at the moment too. So yeah, it's over 150,000 US at the moment. Things like 160,000. Globe believers, if you want $160,000 US, 3 Bitcoin, all you have to do, these are the 3 criteria that you have to meet. Download the Flat Earth, Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock app. That's all you have to do. Number 1. Watch the daily video for 2 weeks every day. There is a daily video that comes out every day about Flat Earth, just all the things on our beautiful Flat Earth school. Watch that video for every day for 2 weeks. Okay, they're the first 2 things. And then, after you've done that, come back to us with just 1. Globe proof. They are the 3 things you need to do. Number 1, download the Flat Earth, Sun, Moon, Zodiac Clock app. Number 2, watch the daily video every day for 2 weeks. Number 3, give us just 1 globe proof. And one of my patrons, Mokai, the first one that I shouted out saying thank you for being a patron. He is a globe believer. He has said that he is going to be taking up the 3 Bitcoin challenge of David Weiss, and I have extended my appreciation to him being a patron, and I have offered him my platform for him to use to prove that, yeah, he has that 1 globe proof. So hopefully soon we will be getting that globe proof from one of my awesome patrons. Adam Meakin, what time is Flat Earth debate for me? I think it's about midnight now. So that's why I usually don't come on, Adam. I have to watch it the day after. So I haven't got through the entirety of number 151507, but it has been epic the first hour that I listened to. Very, very good channel. Subscribe to Nathan Oakley 1980 today. Does a daily Flat Earth debate stream. Daryl Davis, how are you, mate? He says he's getting out his agrobon for tonight. Going to be cold. I'm not sure what an agrobon is. Pinch gives me some thumbs up. Service D says crypto will fund the coming of the mark of the beast only faster. Yeah, I'm not sure about crypto. Some invest in it, some make some good money off it, some lose a lot of money. Coriolis Effect says, does it count if I agree with everything? I win? Liz Baker says, mass equals scientific concept that alters with speed, allegedly becoming infinite, approaching the speed of light. So many assumptions and conjecture. I agree, Liz Baker. So many assumptions. Like the R value. Plain indigenous truth. Haven't seen you here before. Imagine defending a cult. Yes. Thanks for being here, mate. Humboldt Life 707 says, yeah, it's going to be low 20s inland, 30s where I am, 36. Okay, I think someone asking a question about how hot it is somewhere. All right, what about any evidence of axial rotation? So to have an axis, what is an axis of in this instance? Is it a globe? Yeah, you're going to need R value for that. Where's the axis going? Through the center of your presupposed spherical Earth? Snowbird says pendulums. Well, does that assert that the pendulum is swinging and the Earth is turning underneath the pendulum? And is that a rate of, what, 15 degrees per hour that is asserted? So is that an angular rate? Are you going to need an R value to have an angular rate? Absolutely, you're going to need R value for that. Every single piece of globe proof, globe evidence, a claim of the globe needs an R value. Something that, as we showed today, you need to first assume that you're on a globe. You need to first assume the R value to prove the R value. That was Where's Wally today. You're going to need R for that, globe believers. Just to have mass needs R, says Flatzoid. Plain Indigenous Truth says, love watching Nathan own cultists. Glad to be here. Adam Meakin, so if the Earth turns underneath pendulums, what does it do under aeroplanes? Yeah, Adam. What does it do underneath hot air balloons? What does it do underneath drones? Underneath someone jumping? Underneath birds and bees? Anything leaving the rotation of the rotating reference frame into the inertial reference frame? Yeah, it's going to be turning underneath. You're going to need R for that. All right, guys, going to end the stream now. Thank you for sticking through this stream, the end of the stream anyway. It has been great. Yeah, just this is another one that Snowbird says, conservation of momentum, which needs R. Yeah, what are you conserving? Angular momentum, if the Earth is turning. When drones go up and they say that it stays lockstep with the spinning Earth, it's maintaining angular momentum. What do you need? What does angular momentum get measured in? Radians? You're gonna need R for that. I hope you guys can appreciate how devastating not having an R value is for the globe. Alright guys, head over to the Nathan Oakley 1980 channel, or it might just be Nathan Oakley. He is premiering his uncut and after show right now on the Nathan Oakley channel. Look it up. Tell him that I sent you over there. He'd appreciate it. Subscribe to him today. Thank you for being here today. If you feel like the Earth turns on you, turn to Flat Earth School. It is around us 24/7 since the beginning of existence. I've been Mitchell from Australia, and you have been enjoying the beautiful Flat Earth School.